Uh, Good afternoon and welcome to the lovely Caroline from Bastette, the very beating heart of Bastette, in fact. Good afternoon.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking the time and patience for talking to us here at Metal Planet Music. 2022, what a fantastic year for yourself and the band, the project.
Yes, we've been busy bees.
So many different festivals. I first caught you guys, I think, back in January in Leicester at HRH, where I likened you to a heavy metal Stevie Nicks.
Well, I love that comparison, you know. That's just what I was going for. The witchy vibe, but with in your face kind of
Yeah.
music.
And
Yeah, that was like a last minute gig actually. We got offered that like a week before. Somebody dropped out and I was like, yes, okay, let's go.
where's Leicester on the map? We'll find it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah. And that was like my first real connection with you guys, and thought, wow, there's something really different, but in a different angle. And it's really been nice to see that evolve over the last few months to something now ready-made support for Hailstorm.
Thank you so much. Well, I mean, if somebody could give Lzzy Hale a call, you know, and just suggest, I'd rather
Absolutely.
tell her that it's a good idea, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, And you've just released end of September the Awakening EP. I think that's
Yeah.
your third one, yeah?
Yeah, so it's the third one and the last one. There will not be another EP. The next up is an album. But yeah, it's kind of been a gradual progression of sort of finding the sound and also creatively realizing what I would like to create, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been that evolution where you've sort of started to take a darker, deeper edge. Do you see that progressing in the future?
Yeah, so some of the songs that we've been writing on the album have a kind of darker, heavier twist, but I don't want to lose the kind of pop modern
Mm.
production. So yeah, it's kind of figuring out how to mesh the two together, really.
And that's going to come with time. You've got a great
Yeah,
bunch of musicians alongside you.
yes,
That lineup's evolved through the course of this year, and
yes.
it's good to see that chemistry is now developing in the new lineup.
Yeah. So I've got Robbo on drums, Rob Hurst.
Yeah.
He's been with me since 2018,
Wow.
actually. So when I first kind of started the project, I started writing songs in 2007. Well, I've been writing songs my whole life, but 2017 I started working with a guitarist. And then we literally just went into the studio and did the first EP, just me and him, and a producer in Wigan. And we then were like looking for musicians to kind of bring in. And Rob actually lives 5 minutes away from my house, and we went to uni together. But we didn't know each other at uni.
Oh,
We didn't
well.
know each other. I actually, I actually kept being told about him through my nana who lived across the road from him. She was like, you know, Elaine's son is a drummer, and it just like kept getting mentioned, and
Yeah.
eventually met. But I actually knew his. Oh, you're getting the full backstory here,
Oh,
but
that's
yeah,
great.
I knew his dad, I was in a choir with his dad when I was like a teenager. And always, whenever I see him, he's like, "When are you coming back, Caroline? When are you going to start singing classical again?" You know,
There's
but,
definitely, yeah, now you say that, there's definitely that edge to your vocal deliverance. Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually grade 8 classically trained. So that is my background. If I was to do what my voice naturally wanted it to do, I would be an opera singer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my it's very easy for me to do it. It's actually easier for me to sing in that way than it is for me to sing the way I sing.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
we look at the Awakening EP. I guess now, that's the dawn for your next chapter,
yeah,
I guess. There's
yeah,
some great songs on there. Good Time Girl, Psycho, and
yeah.
the videos were just so much fun.
Oh, thank you so much. The videos, I decided I was going to step out the box.
Absolutely.
and I'm not sure how well they were received from the industry, but fans seem to like them.
We love them, yeah.
I think well, Psycho, I was like, I watched, I'm a big Cher fan, and I watched Save Up All Your Tears. And for some reason, I've watched that music video, probably hundreds of times. And I hadn't noticed the chained up man that she had in the background.
Do you know, I hadn't.
No, but watch it, and I'm telling
Yeah.
you, he's in the background, and you see like shots of his body, and then you see him in the background. You see Cher's at the front, he's in the background. You just like, I watched it one day, and I was like, I see things. I'm like, is that really what she's done? Like, what I just love Cher, what a goddess, you know. So I was like, I want to do that, you know, that's what I want. And I was like, it might shock people a bit, maybe, I don't know, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. And then with the Good Time Girl video, I wanted girl power.
Absolutely, yeah. Because
and yeah, I'm a big supporter of the LGBT community, so I've got a lot of gay friends. I am a fag hag. That is what they call. That's what they call.
Okay.
Gay friends, yeah. And I can't even tell you, like, the amount of friends that I have, even from school, that have come up to me and that like, this is years along the line, and they've gone, I'm gay, and I'm going, oh, that's another one then. All right. My mum's like, what is this? Everybody you know is gay. And I'm like, it's just something about me, apparently.
I think the rock and metal community on the whole are very accepting, more accepting than most parts of society for people of that LGBT bracket. I mean, I don't want to put people in pigeonhole. I just see people as people, not as
yeah. Well, I think that's definitely how my generation sees it. I don't know. I know that there's a bit of, I've met people of my parents' generation who maybe aren't as accepting. They don't judge or anything, but it's almost like they don't necessarily accept either. Some of them.
I mean, I kind of transitioned from my parents' generation, who grew up in the 50s and the 60s, not being accepted.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know, it's a very much better place today in terms of people who just want to be themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are accepted more.
I think one of the, I mean, not that I would never not accept them, but one of the reasons that I sort of connect with a lot of people from the LGBT community is because I suppose I've never felt accepted. I've never fit in. I've never, I'm not a girly girl. I don't have a big group of girlfriends, that kind of thing. But when I have met people who are from that community, they have sort of gone, do you know what? Yeah, you are a bit loud and a bit extra and a bit over the top, but we like that because you're just being you.
Yeah.
Whereas some other people, they can go, oh, she's full of herself, her, and it's not that. It's just, I'm having a good time and I don't need alcohol to get up and have a dance. I'm just confident enough to do that because I like music. You know, that kind of thing can make people go, who's that? You know, and my friends that I've met through the community, they're just like, do you know what? We want to have a good time too. You know?
Yeah. And, you know, gay people, transgender that we've met through are just, they're lifelong friends to us.
Yeah.
And we love them to bits. And I think, you know, that's where the rock and metal community are really quite special.
Yeah, definitely. But I think a lot of people within the rock and metal community have had to find their own, you know, and they also, there's something about the image of people in the rock and metal community that people are put off by if you don't understand it. And really, some of the people can be the nicest people you'll meet.
Totally.
But because they've got long hair and tattoos and piercings, like somebody who is more of maybe a conformist, you could say, will look at that and go, that's scary, and really they're not scary. No,
not at all.
It's an image.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's an image.
Definitely. So, you know, we're looking towards a busy end to the year for Bastette?
Yeah, so we're not busy with gigs because I've deliberately kind of made it that way. I said to management, I was like, we don't want any more gigs the rest of the year because we want to get in the studio and get writing. And we've got quite a few studio sessions booked. So that we've got some stuff to kind of release next year. But it will probably be like a stripped back or alternative version of some of the songs that have been released. And then the aim is to go into the studio next year and record an album. It's just finding the right producer to do that with.
Yeah, sure. Are you looking to take that current lineup you've got into the studio with you?
Yeah, that is the plan at the moment. We've even got Laurie coming into the studio as well. So Laurie's not a permanent member, but she's like, yeah, I'll come in, and we've been writing together, we're doing a bit together, and it's really fun.
Yeah, because I mean, Laurie is wonderful, and she spoke to us at SOS back in was that July, I think, and she said she was tentatively recording stuff and bouncing ideas. So that's really exciting to hear that.
Yeah, so it's fab. So yeah, November, really, it's going to be sort of sorting the songs out, demoing things, and then back to like in the studio and getting things rolling and that kind of thing, which is very exciting.
Because you've got Monster Fest up in Inverness.
Yeah, end of October it is. So
blimey, yeah, wow.
So next week we've got we're supporting the Virgin Marys in Milton Keynes on Wednesday.
Nice.
And then we've got Inverness Monster Fest in Inverness.
Yeah.
Next Friday, and me and Rob are going to be staying up on the Saturday as well. We were like, you know what, we're up there. We've travelled 6 hours to get there. We've got a free room. We might as well just stay and have a drink with everyone.
Totally, that's it. And just make the links, enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then the new year, recording the album. You're with us guys in Swansea at Hangar 18 for a little festival, which I got to plug. It's one of my
definitely
my baby. We're excited about that. Having you guys and other RPM acts like These Wicked Rivers, Thieves. We're looking forward to it. So I'm kind of now thinking we're going to hear some new Bastette material.
Yeah, well, it won't be imminent because obviously we've just released the new EP. It's not even a month old yet, so we will be getting new versions of songs out next year. Just because, do you know what? I like throwing a curveball at people, I suppose. So some of the songs that we've done, they'll be totally rearranged.
Okay, that's cool.
In a different way. I don't know whether it's more stripped back. I'm taking influences from people like Donna Missile and some of Shania Twain's really kind of stripped back, slower ballad stuff. I might throw some strings in there. I just want to do something that's a little bit different.
Push those boundaries.
Yeah, because I think some of the songs that I write, when you strip them back to its core, it's kind of a country song. It tells a story.
Yeah.
It's very melodic. And sometimes, you can rock them up because I always want to rock it up. I'm always like, make it heavier and darker, But really, when you strip it back, you hear what the song is. You listen to it. And I want to show that to the fans.
Nice.
So, we're going to have a mess and see which ones will be more suited to that and which ones are going to kind of easily blend into it. Because also, once you've already put a song together, it is harder to break it apart and go, right, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're going to totally change it. How are we going to totally change it? Because we've got that version in our heads, Yeah.
But it's good to see you're prepared to push your own perimeters musically. The Wagons, their latest album, they're adding a bit of reggae, some punk, that punk heart coming out, and let's see what comes out for you guys. I'm really genuinely excited about that.
Thank you very much. I'm excited too. Slightly apprehensive of what people think of it, but
sure, I get that because you're an artist and you're pouring your heart and soul into this.
Yeah. I think also though people can they can pigeonhole you into what they think. If you've given them a song and they really like it, they then go, okay, I want like 20 of those songs exactly the same.
Yeah.
And as a musician, you go, well, yeah, I can give you 10 or 20 the same as that, but like there's no creativity
Yeah.
musically for us then when we're doing that. But then you get the other side of it and people go, oh, the one trick pony, and that's boring. So
Yeah, you damn if you do. I mean, and us guys in the media and girls in the media, we're forever comparing the new to the past. Your influences
yeah,
shine, but at the end
yeah,
of the day, you don't want to be the next Stevie Nicks. You don't want to be the next Hale. You want to be
no,
the first Bastette, yeah?
yeah. I think that's something that I didn't learn really until I was in my early 20s. I'm showing my age now. I'm not that old, promise.
God bless you.
But yeah, like my early, like when I was 14, maybe 14 to about 17, I wanted to be Cher. I was gonna be Cher. I had big hair,
Yeah,
big as I could get it. I would wear leather as well. I still wear leather, come on. But like just the image was I'm gonna be the new Cher, you know, and
yeah,
I even sang like her. I even would make my voice sound like her. And then I got to about 17 and I started to want to be Lzzy Hale. And I remember singing on my 18th birthday, you know. I sang Familiar Taste Poison. I had a band. My friends' parents' band at my 18th. And they
yeah,
were like, come up and do, because they love rock music. They were like, they took me to see Hailstorm with my best friend when I was 17, and we met them. And it was the best thing, best night of my life, you know, type deal.
yeah.
And they were like, right, get up and do Familiar Taste Poison. So I did. And if you look at the video back, I'm even forming my words like Lzzy Hale would. It is so like I am just trying to emulate her.
Yeah.
And she's amazing, but you're never gonna beat the best. You have to be who you are.
Absolutely.
You can't beat these world class people because they've done something that is slightly different, or they've already done it. It's been done.
Yeah.
No point in trying to copy it, you know. You've got to think, how can I be me, and how can I take influence from these people? Because you're always going to have influence.
For
But
sure.
as much as I'm influenced by Lzzy Hale, I'm also influenced by Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's phenomenal. You're getting these total poles apart coming together and overlapping.
Yeah. And like I think if you listen to some of the earlier stuff, if you listen to Hunter, there is sounds in it. I basically went, I want it to be a rock song, but I want loads of Britney and Lady Gaga synths in there. And that's what you get.
That's going to make you stand out.
Yeah.
Everything's got its place, but imagine rock and roll as a wheel. What's the point of just carrying that wheel forward? Let's reshape it and reuse it for something else and head off down the tangent. And this is where the younger bands like yourselves coming through with that fresh energy and evolution.
Yeah.
Excite me. And I go back to the mid-'80s when I first heard Metallica and Anthrax.
Yeah.
And just having that copy of Master of Puppets in my hand, and I'm like, oh wow, this is so different. Blowing the playing field apart. And this is where I hope you guys, the next generation, push forward.
Yeah. It's just trying to sort of snake your way through all the obstacles that the industry throws at you.
Yeah, because it's frustratingly, it's still a male-driven, misogynistic industry. And it frustrates the hell out of me.
Yeah. I mean, we won't dwell on that.
No, quite.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You have to use what you can use. I think there is still I've had people say they didn't know that this person knew me, but we came on stage and this gentleman said to my friend, I don't like female singers. I hadn't even sang a note and he walked out.
Dismissed. Boom.
Yeah.
You know what? So, yeah, it's just ridiculous.
No, but it is what it is. You just deal with it.
Yeah.
But then on the opposite side of it, I had this lady come up to me in Wolverhampton, and she was like, "Do you know what? When you came on stage, I went, oh God, this is gonna be horrendous." And I looked at my husband and I went, "Oh my God." And she was like, "And then you sang." And then I went, and she was like, "And you blew me away." You know, so you get the opposite
Yeah.
side of it.
Yeah.
If they do give you half a chance, you've got a chance of winning them over, and I did in that sense.
Yeah, and that's it's small victories like that that really add up, don't they?
Yeah, and she's going, "Can I buy you a drink?" And I'm going, "Yeah, go on."
Yeah, of course. Caroline, we're coming to the end of my time here on Zoom. Thank you ever so much. We look forward to catching you in the new year with your new material. Hopefully you found the right studio, the right producer.
Yes,
do you guys absolute justice.
Thank you very much for having me.
An absolute pleasure. Caroline, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, no.